could. You talked about Elon Musk. You had him in dinner here in the White House. Is he now back in your circle of friends?
Well, I really don't know. I mean, I like Elon a lot. He was he really helped during the election with his endorsement. He felt strongly. But we had one problem. You know, I didn't want to have everybody have to have an electric car, and he makes electric cars. And yeah, I think we get along well.
No, on affordability.
Mr. President, thank you.
Yeah, one more. Yeah, when you talk about affordability, is going forward, are the American people, do you believe, getting impatient with the reforms that you're making? They've talked about it's about.
I think they're getting fake news from guys like you. Look, affordability is a hoax that was started by Democrats who caused the problem of pricing, and they didn't end it. When, look, they lost in a landslide. We won every swing state. We won the popular vote. We won everything. You take a look at districts. It was 2,750 to 500, 525, because that was an affordability problem. We brought it down. Look at energy. Look at the gasoline price. It's like the simplest, and it's the biggest, because if energy comes down, everything comes down. That's the way it works. We're going to be at 250. You said 199 in some places in the country, right? You said it. I didn't say it. And they won't check you. They'll check me. So, you know, I like to use your number. 199 a gallon. Unthinkable. If you go back a year and a half ago, it's unthinkable. So, no, we're bringing the prices down, way down. Beef is coming down now. We've done certain magic, and beef is coming down. But we inherited horrible prices. We inherited really the worst inflation in history. We inherited that. When I came in, that's what he had. And we fixed inflation. And we fixed almost everything, if you want to know the truth, including 8 wars. We got 1 to go, but including 8 wars. But when they always say, I watched today where they have a race going on right now in Tennessee, and this woman goes, affordability, affordability. They're the ones that caused the problem. The prices were way high. We're bringing the prices down. But they're like scam artists. You know, they're I call them con men and women. They come out, they say affordability, like, oh, I see price. We're going to get prices down still further. But we brought them down from the prices they cost. The reason that they had the highest inflation in the history of our country is because they had the highest prices. But we brought them down, and now we have normal inflation. Yeah.
Mr. President, thank you so much for taking questions with your assembled cabinet. I wanted to clarify something that you had said on Sunday regarding the boat strikes near Venezuela. You had said that you didn't know if the second strike on that one boat had happened, but you wouldn't have wanted it. Now that your administration has acknowledged that it happened, do you support that second strike? And Mr. Secretary, I wanted to clarify something you had said in an interview back in September, I believe on Fox News. You said that you had watched that strike live on television. In real time, did you know that there were survivors after the initial strike?
Well, look, all I know is this. Every boat that you see get blown up, we save 25,000 on average lives, 25,000 lives. They've been sending enough of this horrible fentanyl and other things like cocaine and other things, but fentanyl right now is the leader of the pack, to kill our entire nation, because a little speck on the head of a pin can kill somebody. It's very dangerous stuff. I know so many people where their sons were drug addicts. They had one little sample and they died. They died. They couldn't believe it. As far as the attack is concerned, I still haven't gotten a lot of information because I rely.
All right. You know what I miss? I miss Charlie quizzing you on Hillsdale courses on the tests without actually taking them.
We really were just doing the Roman history ones. I was hoping we'd get some variety on that. I'd probably not do very well if it was on, I don't know, Elizabethan literature or something.
Well, okay, yeah. I don't know anybody who would do well on that. But Hillsdale College,
someone who took the
great.
course.
What's that?
Someone who took the course, of course.
Well, do they have an Elizabethan?
I don't know. It's kind of good. They have literature courses.
Yeah, well, you go to Charlie for Hillsdale right now and see which courses you take. History, economics, the great works of literature. Did you study these things in school? Probably not, sadly. But even if you did, it's probably time for a refresher course. You can let the good folks at Hillsdale College that offer more than 40 free online courses help you out, including their newest course on totalitarian novels. It's a free 8-lecture course. You'll learn from Hillsdale College President Larry Arnn as he goes in-depth on 4 novels: 1984, Brave New World, Darkness at Noon, and That Hideous Strength. Even though these novels were written in the 1930s and 40s, they are highly relevant today as they show what a tyrannical government does to human nature. More importantly, they show us that faith, family, and friends are worth fighting for. Maybe you read these books long ago in school. Maybe you've heard others talk about them and they seem a little intimidating. Let Hillsdale College help make the most of them. Go right now to charlieforhillsdale.com to enroll. There's no cost. It's easy to get started. charlieforhillsdale.com. Blake, let's get to some emails here.
Yeah, we got quite a few. We had an interesting one from someone who asked their name be withheld, but they said that their younger brother got, they believe, type 1 diabetes after getting the chickenpox vaccine when he was 7. And they say in their church of about 400 people, 7 to 12 kids in the same age range all have type 1 diabetes, and they believe it could be related to that. I don't know of any alleged connection between those. Because I do suspect
Alex Berenson suggested some.
Maybe it's possible, but again, there are a lot of illnesses that just manifest when you're a young child, and then you also happen to get vaccinated when you're a young child. But
interesting, though, it is genetic, apparently. Scott says it's called sowing dissent in regards to General Kelly. It's not General Kelly. It's Captain Kelly, Senator Kelly.
No rank
and the
inflation
Democrats.
here.
The Democrats. I agree. Sowing dissent. That's exactly what they're doing it on purpose, to sow distrust, dissent in the ranks, and then they come out with a story that says, hey, look, we told you that there could be illegal orders, this double tap kill. Next
Kyrie says, I believe the strikes against drug boats fall under the category of self-defense. I mourn the death of any human being, but they are entering at their own risk, and their blood is on their own heads. I support Secretary Hegseth. I didn't see anyone who was really skeptical of vaporizing bad dudes.
People
like it.
This is a positive policy. This is a very popular policy. Kevin says most Republicans are too concerned with being liked by people that will never give them that satisfaction. Praise God, Senator Mark Moyne-Mullen is not in that boat.
He also said he sent 2 emails, and he also said it's time to end the filibuster because he says Murkowski and Collins are working to get rid of Hegseth, he believes. Now, that does show the flip side, which is it's possible he's correct on those 2, but if there's even 1 or 2 more, that's the hazard with the filibuster is, do you have the majority to pass the things that you need to get through?
You got McConnell there,
You've got McConnell still there.
He's not going to
who knows who secretly is not, maybe secretly doesn't love the agenda on immigration.
You got Wicker, who's even launching oversight.
Nothing would be worse than blowing up the filibuster and achieving nothing with it, and then Democrats have they feel they have absolute moral leeway to pass everything they want. If you want to get rid of the filibuster, make sure you have a plan and that you have the votes to enact that plan, and it's good.
You know what that makes me think of is like HOVD. Some of those like real tight Senate races that we just didn't quite get over the finish line. 1 or 2 more votes would have made this much more of a viable plan.
Exactly.
Yeah, or to have like a Nate Morris in Kentucky as opposed to, McConnell. So some of those things, maybe reinforcements are coming down the pike, but we don't have them right now. We don't have the numbers.
Game of inches. I remember throughout the 2010s, you had these winnable races that you lost for one reason or another. In Delaware, we could have flipped a Delaware Senate seat.
I don't remember.
It was Mike Castle, and he was their representative. He was really popular, and he lost in the primary to Christine O'Donnell, who was, let's just be frank, she was out of what was winnable in Delaware. And so we just lost a race that we could have had an upset. We could have had a kind of Susan Collins type person where, are they a moderate? Sure, but you want a moderate Republican over a Democrat in a deep blue state. And there were several races like that, and it's that game of inches, which is why, if you are in Tennessee, if you live in Nashville or west of Nashville, look up, make sure if you are supposed to vote today, go vote. Go vote. I don't care if we're favored to win. Blow them out.
No,
narratives matter too.
Yeah, we have to win that seat. It is a very winnable seat, but we got to show up for it and win it, and vote, fight, win it for Charlie. Come on, Tennessee 7. We'll see you tomorrow. I will be gone. Blake will be in the chair, but I'll see you on Thursday. Until then.